5 is a capital N.
Yeah, alt 164.
I think you have it right next to the alt.
Yeah, it's not doing it on mine.
Oh, I do have it next to the alt. Nice work, Stugotz.
Thank you. I have it next to the alt as well.
Yes, I have it next to the alt. Mine does not do alt 164.
So you just hit shift.
Yes.
There you go.
There it is. Wait a minute. I'm not sure. No. Here's the problem with that. It doesn't go over it. It just puts the tilde next to the N. It doesn't put it over the N.
I prefer the way the iPhone does, which you just hold down the letter extra long and it pops up.
This is the worst conversation we've ever had.
There is more to me, Queen Eliara of Elfgard, than my elfin magic. Just as there's more to Geico than saving you money, Geico also gives you 24/7 access to licensed agents online, on phone, or on the Geico app. And while I am a mighty elf queen, I am also a mighty big fan of barbecue potato chips. Minions! More smoky mesquite.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Don Lebatard. I've made a vow to not correct Stugotz all show today on any mistakes, not point out any of his mistakes as part of a continued quest to do better and be better.
Stugotz! Yep, and I have vowed to try and be 1% less worse than I normally am. That's what you asked, and that's what I'm going to try to do. 1%. I'm trying here, man. I am.
This is the Dan Lebatard Show with the Stugotz on the ticket.
Texter writes in, hey Tubby, where's my heat talk? I expect them to lose tonight. I expect the winning streak to end tonight. I'd be less confident of that projection if Dion Waiters was playing. But I think a lot of what you're seeing from Goran Dragic lately is a result of having Dion Waiters out there, which has surprised me.
Right. Crazy. I mean, Milwaukee's not... Is it Milwaukee tonight? The Bucks?
Yes, it is Milwaukee, and Chris Middleton is making his return.
But they're 2-8 in their last 10, so...
Yeah, for all the talk of Giannis Antetokounmpo, I think the Heat are maybe 1.5 games behind them.
Yeah, but road games are really hard.
Yep.
You saw that they waffled and wavered against Minnesota, almost lost that game, and only won it because they made all their threes and made all their shots. It's really hard to sustain the way that they're shooting on the road. The way that they're shooting has been crazy. Their percentage is... were you the one telling me that in the last 10 games on anything pull-up, Dragic is shooting almost 80%?
That's from 3. Yeah, I had that yesterday. I'll find it for you.
Odds makers give Miami some respect today. It's only a 3-point spread.
They were a dog at Minnesota, right?
I think it was, it went all the way down to a 1-point spread by tip. I have to look it up. They've been getting respect lately from the odds makers.
So they go into Minnesota and they win in a high-scoring game. They almost coughed that up at the end. I don't think I'm saying anything scandalous or controversial when I say that I expect them to lose tonight. They're an underdog. The money is on Milwaukee. You say 3.5? Is that what you said?
It's at 3 right now. Yeah, opened at 3, presently sitting at 3.
It is fairly amazing, though, that you could be right there with a team like Milwaukee when they have an Antetokounmpo and you don't.
It is pretty amazing, right? I mean, the guys that you don't have Winslow, you don't have Richardson, you don't have 2 of the guys that you thought were going to be big factors.
Well, at this point, I think it's fair to say that Winslow and Richardson were an anchor. Because they were playing injured, they were running around out there and not giving you much of anything that was good or efficient. I think it is fair to say that this team has been better without playing the Ellingtons and playing guys who can shoot. When those guys were not shooting well, I'm telling you, more disappointing to me than the Winslow regression this year has been the Richardson regression this year. And I don't even know if it is a regression. It may just be that he was hurt, and it's really hard to play that game hurt.
Yeah, he was hurt coming into the season, and he's dealt with nagging stuff. I don't think he was quite right by the time he came back. And with Winslow, you had one flash, that Laker game where he had his career best game, and unfortunately re-aggravated and now out for the season. Unless they make the playoffs, and there's a chance he comes back.
This is the best Dragic has ever played, right, in his career? I mean, the last 5 weeks or so.
I have not looked at the numbers and compared them to when he won Most Improved Player, because he won Most Improved Player in the league in Phoenix, and he came very close to dragging a Phoenix team that didn't have anybody on it in a tough Western Conference to the playoffs and got Most Improved Player because of it.
I mean, the percentages, I'm just looking at the month of January. He had 21.6 points per game, but he did it on 51% from the field and 42% from three. That's incredible.
Yep. Yeah, he's one of the best three-point shooters in the league, and I'm telling you, that has a lot to do with the way Waiters is sharing the ball and opening the ball more than Wade did with Dragic.
And that year in Phoenix, he did some pretty incredible things. As Dan